Hey everybody, today I'm going to be making cabbage burgers. I got this huge cabbage in my last mobile food pantry haul, and I need to do something with it. And the only way I like to eat them is in a cabbage burger because you can't really taste it. Because I don't really like cabbage, but it's good for you, and it's a thing. If you don't know what a cabbage burger is, it's basically cabbage, hamburger seasoned in bread dough, and then you bake it, and they freeze wonderfully. I can put them in my freezer for months and they're still perfectly fine. I just wrap them in tin foil, put them in a Ziploc bag and call it good. But it's a 2-day project the way I do it, the way I was taught. Has a different flavoring profile than I make mine. Most of the traditional ones that I've ever had around my area use like Lipton soup mix and things like that. I like the more Tex-mex flavor profile, so I add cumin and chili powder and all that garlicky goodness. I make it like a fry bread taco in a little bundle, so when I warm them up I just pop them open and throw some salsa in it. That's how I like to eat it. You eat it however you want. This is just my recipe. It's a basic, so you know, you can take whatever seasonings out and throw whatever seasoning you like in. But I'm gonna stop talking and let's get cooking. Okay, dokie. I have everything all gathered together. This is pretty much everything that's going in my my cabbage burgers, except for a little bit of olive oil probably to cook the vegetables. Got a couple pounds of ground beef, my big cabbage that I'm gonna slice and steam, a couple onions, a huge bell pepper. Look at this. I haven't seen one this big in a while. It's really nice too. And then I have cumin, chili powder, some garlic, salt and pepper, and this is the rolled dough I've been using lately when I make my bundles. It's a bigger roll, so I don't have to use two, because before I was using the regular dinner rolls and you had to like double them up and it was a pain. And this is also really soft. So I'm going to try these this time, and yeah, I'm going to get chopping on this cabbage and get it steaming before I cook everything else, because it's going to take a while. Okay, I'm going to chop up my cabbage. I got my big stock pot with like a few cups of water and my strainer. You don't really have to. It won't hurt it if it's in the water, but I like to. I'm going to get that out of the way. You got to get the core out. Where is my camera? Core out, yeah. This is how I get the core out. I'm sure there's probably an easier way. So I kind of self-taught cooking and all that. Hope my knife's sharp enough. Oh, it is. We're gonna chop down. Kids, of course, gonna start making noise now that I'm actually doing something. Quiet all morning. Think it's gonna be good. And they start. Oh. Go like that. Be careful, don't cut your hand. And I'm popping out the core, because no one wants to eat that. And since I'm just steaming it down anyways, it doesn't matter how it looks. It's not as dense of a cabbage as I thought it was going to be, but it doesn't matter. I'll just have a few less cabbage burgers to make. Whatever roll dough I have left over, I can always just make rolls out of it. This is dirt. Here's a really dirty cabbage. I'm just going to take it and slice it. If you want smaller pieces, you could cut it in half and then slice it. And we'll get it done. I'm going to toss it in my pot and cook it for a while. Not sure how long. It usually takes half hour, 45 minutes or so to steam it. Alright, got them all chopped up. I'm gonna throw it on my stove. I'm gonna put it on high to begin with. Just get the water boiling and get it all hot. Once I hear it start boiling, I will turn the heat down a bit and let it just simmer until it's cooked. Basically a matter of preference. I like it totally cooked. No chunk, no crunch or anything in my cabbage burgers, so I can't tell you an exact time. But I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna get the rest of my vegetables chopped up, so when this gets close I can start, well, I might as well just start browning the meat and vegetables now. They can sit and wait. I'm back. I got my onion, pepper, garlic, meat about cooked. My cabbage is almost done. I'm gonna give it a little bit longer, but I need to get this seasoned up. So I'm gonna do probably, it's gonna be a lot because you have to remember, I'm not only seasoning this, but I also have to season that. So I'm gonna do 3 tablespoons of cumin and chili powder, and then some more salt. I've already salted it a couple times, added a little pepper as it was cooking because that's how I like to cook. I like my cumin. Anyone else like cumin? Chili powder. Because I need to make sure that it's not going to kill the flavor when the cabbage gets mixed in. So I'll do it and I'll taste it. If it doesn't seem like it's... I want it to be over flavored basically. I want to taste it, I want to think it has a little bit too much. Well, let's just go in. Add a chili powder. I think I have another one in my... Hopefully I have another one in my cupboard. Need some salt. I already put a little pepper in, so I'm not going to add any more of that. And yeah, as soon as that's finally done cooking, I'm going to get it strained out. I'm not going to worry about draining the grease out of here. I'm going to throw it on top of that to help flavor it when it's done. And then let it strain overnight so it's totally 100% strained and dry, so it's easier and it doesn't make the bread dough all soggy. No one wants a soggy cabbage burger. It's not good. I like cumin. Anyways, I'm gonna, yeah. You can hear it boiling. It's not quite cooked. It's almost done though. Okay, cabbage is draining. I have a little bit that I can't get out, but I will clean it in a little bit and I'll get this stuck into a... I'm going to put the strainer into a bowl so I can pour the meat over and catch the grease because I don't want to put the grease down my sink. I'm going to wait till most of the water drains out of this first. Alright, next step for today, the last step basically, is to mix it together. I have my cabbage on the bottom. It's still warm. It's going to be easier to mix all together. You don't have to put gloves on, but I don't like doing it without gloves on. So, and I have gloves because I do a bunch of craft projects. My kid is still happy in the background. Just going to mix it up really good. Dump out the grease out of the bottom. Cover it with tin foil. And I'll probably dump the grease out at least one more time tonight before I go to bed. When I pull out my bread dough, I think is a pretty good ratio of meat to cabbage. Smells good. Just do not let it cool off too much because if the meat starts solidifying, it's going to be really hard to mix together. And no one wants that. Yeah, you have a little bit of grease at the bottom. I'm going to dump it out. Just put tinfoil on the top. I'm going to leave the holes on the side because then it can cool off all the way. It doesn't condense on the tinfoil and get nasty. Well, that's it for today. And I'll see you in the morning to roll out the cabbage burgers. Oh, we are back. I pulled out my roll dough last night before I went to bed. I forgot about it and had to get up in the middle of the night, so I didn't video that. But, you know, all I did was spray my pan with my parchment with cooking spray and covered it with another piece of parchment, which I'm going to use for the bottom of them. I pulled everything out like an hour ago, so these have got a chance to rise a little bit to make them easier to deal with. And then my filling smells pretty dang good. And I'm just going to do it the exact same way as I do like my pizza bundles. So if you've ever watched any of those videos I've done, this won't be anything new to you. You just want to make sure you get all the air bubbles out of the dough. Get lots of flour so nothing sticks. Hopefully. Yeah, I've never used this dough for these before, so we will see how it goes. You can hear the little air bubbles popping out of it. It won't hurt them if there's still air bubbles because it's usually on the edges. I'm taking a formed dough and I'm forcing it into a different shape, so. One more. And you want to put more filling than you think you need because you're going to rise the dough. So it's going to get like doubled in size. Nice big handful. And like any other bundle, you just do stretch it. That's the good thing about dough. Oops. 4, and do the other 4 sides. And when you flip it over, it will seal it. I got a little too thin, you can see though. But it'll be fine. I'm gonna do this until I run out of filling or run out of roll dough. If I run out of filling first, I'll have rolls. If I run out of rolls, I will have some filling to eat with something else. But I don't think you need to watch me make all these. So I will let you see how many I get when I get done. All right, I have 6, 12, 18, 24 cabbage burgers. My last couple are a little small, but whatever. I'm going to proof these in my oven. I have it warming up to the lowest heat, which is like 150, 125. I'm going to proof them for about 20 minutes for each pan so that it doubles in size. You could put egg, well, after they're proofed, I'm going to get them all out. You could egg wash them, but I don't like that. I don't like when the top gets crunchy. I don't think it freezes very well, so I'm not going to. But I'm going to proof these. It'll take me about another 40 minutes to get them in and out, and then I'll kick the oven up and cook them. We are proofed. I got all the pans out. I'm letting my oven heat up to 350, and I'm going to cook them all into one at a time so I can get them completely browned for probably about 10 to 15 minutes. I'll start with 10, and then after the first pan, I'll know how long to put them in for. It's another hour or so, and I will be done with them, and then time to let them cool. Yeah, it's an all-day process, but my freezer will be full, and I will be enjoying them for months to come. So yeah, this is a point where you'd egg wash them if you want them to have the nice shiny tops, or put butter or something on them, but I'm just going to leave them plain because that's how I enjoy them. But you do you, and I'll catch you back when they're done. All right, it's about 13 minutes later. Nice crispy top. Bottom's not quite brown enough for me. They might get a little soggy later on. This one got a hole in it, which happens because I don't want too thick of bread, but they still freeze and they cook perfectly fine. I'm going to enjoy one of these for lunch in a few minutes once it cools down. Got my next one in the oven. 14 minutes this time, and yeah. Keep on keeping on. Can't stop now. They're almost done. It is finally time to eat. It's about a long process. These are cool enough to eat. We're gonna pop one open with you guys. I usually throw salsa or cheese inside of mine when I eat it. Oh, look at that. That looks pretty dang good to me. The bread is super soft. I know it's gonna freeze perfectly, and I'm going to thoroughly enjoy these. I hope this gives you a little inspiration. You know, if you ever get anything you're not sure about, you can really shove anything in bread and cook it and call it good. But I hope you enjoyed my little video. You can toss me a like and subscribe if you do. If not, I will catch you next time. Later!